Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today for our short student coffee cup video aiming to demonstrate how you can improve your work before submission with some top tips using Read&Write. Today we'll be looking at using Read&Write on the Google Chrome platform in connection with a Google Doc. My name is Richard and I'll be taking you through the video today, providing some top tips. Feel free to get in touch with me on the email address provided currently on screen if you've got any questions about any of the tips that I'm providing you with throughout the course of the video. Remember that help is always at hand, so I aim to show you proofreading of your work effectively, checking your work for spelling and grammar mistakes, highlighting any errors with our study highlighters, and of course adding any voice notes as a reminder in your work as you go. There is the entire team and there is the team email address. Please feel free to get in touch at any stage and we will be more than happy to help you out. So the first thing that we're going to look at using Read&Write for is piece of work that I've been working on here in a Google Doc entitled My Netflix Show. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Read&Write for Google Chrome extension, and you can see all of the tools within Read&Write have opened up and now available for me to use in connection with this Google Doc. The first thing that I'm going to demonstrate for you today is using text-to-speech as a tool for proofreading. Now, Read&Write, of course, can help you to proofread before you maybe submit your final draft of an assignment for submission, maybe even a first draft, to help you eliminate any errors. If you're anything like me, you'll be a terrible proofreader, as I simply just read what I thought I'd written in the first place and don't pick up any of the mistakes that are contained within my work. Read&Write and the voices contained within Read&Write are computer programmed to read exactly what's on the screen, and the first help really that you have to help you identify any errors, mistakes, or perhaps even incorrect tone in your work. You can also make any adjustments to the voice that you're about to hear by changing the speed, pitch, and changing reading behaviour such as reading by word, sentence, and paragraph, as well as turning on and using the continuous reading option. To have any text read aloud, you simply click where you want to begin reading, followed by the play icon in the toolbar.
My Netflix Show.
Click, followed by play.
As a huge fan of murder mysteries, I was gripped by The Stranger. From the outset, we are introduced to a family living what appeared to be living an idyllic lifestyle in suburban England.
So already we're able to identify some errors or some things that just don't sound quite right in those first two paragraphs of text. As I say, in order to change the voice, make any amendments such as to the speed, the pitch, or change any of the reading behaviour, we simply go to the options within Read&Write, which are contained under More on the right hand side of the toolbar, and by clicking on Options, which brings up the Read&Write options window. And the one that we're going to focus on for the moment is the speech option, where we can choose from any of the voices, and you'll see international voices in here as well that I can select from. I can adjust the speed of the voice by sliding the bubble along the tracker bar, and the reading behaviour that I had mentioned before, continuous reading, which will allow you to continuously read through, which is fantastic for proofreading. Click on or speak on each word, which allows you to click followed by play to have one word read at a time. And then the behaviour that we had been experiencing was the speak on each sentence. There's also the option to add translation in the speech options as well. So I'll change the voice for you to hear how that sounds in another voice. Click and play.
From the outset, we are introduced to a family living what appeared to be living an idyllic lifestyle in suburban England.
Okay. One of the things that I had noticed there is a mistake here where we have two words. One of the things that we can do to rectify any of those mistakes, or once we hear them and pick them out, we can use our highlighters, our study skills highlighters in the toolbar, just to draw our attention that there was a mistake, that something wasn't quite right in that, so that we can then come back and use the other features and other tools of Read and Write to help me make the correct amendments before submitting this piece of work. The next feature that I want to introduce you to is Check It. And Check It is used to check documents for spelling errors, homophone errors, verb errors, and any punctuation errors. To begin using Check It, we click on the main Check It icon on the toolbar, and you can see any errors identified by Check It have been underlined in purple. When you click on a word that's identified as an error, it'll bring up a list of words that you should have used, perhaps in place of the word that you misspelled or made the error on. It's just a case of selecting the correct word that you intended to use from the list of recommended words. We can also use the dictionary, and as we'll see in a few moments, the picture dictionary to help us make a more informed decision as to the correct word that we should have used in our text initially. We can listen to the dictionary definition aloud, all the dictionary definitions aloud, which will help inform our decision and enable us to select the most appropriate and the correct word before, again, we hand in and make our final submission of this piece of work. Various examples that we're looking at include spelling errors, homophone errors, errors where we've used the same word twice, errors where we've repeated the same word, and in connection with the dictionary and picture dictionary, we get a much more accurate, better piece of work at the end. The next top tip that I've got for you in this video is using the voice note. I think the voice note can be used very, very effectively when you're proofreading through your piece of work before making that final submission. If there's something that pops into your head as you're proofreading, but you perhaps don't have the time to amend there and then or take action there and then, you can leave a voice note so that you've always got a reminder that was clear in your head at the time that you want to go back to and return to make the necessary amendments. So with that in mind, you simply click into the doc roughly where you want the voice note to be left. You can then click on the voice note icon on the toolbar, and that brings up the voice note control panel if you like. The microphone allows you to start recording your voice that's going to be inserted into the voice note. The play icon allows you to replay any recording that you've already made. And the insert button will allow you to insert your voice note into the Google Doc. So I'm going to click on the microphone and start recording the voice note that I want to leave. I think it would be an idea worth revisiting if I was to include more information into the introduction here as to why I liked this particular Netflix show so much before then getting in to the final plot. Replay. I think it would be an idea worth revisiting if I was to include. That lets you hear the voice note that you're about to insert into the doc. And lastly, once you click on insert, the voice note will be inserted as a comment to the right hand side of the Google Doc. The voice note, if you've made any grammar errors throughout the rest of your doc as you're proofreading, and maybe don't have the time to amend it, just pointed out another mistake here, you can click beside that mistake and simply use the voice note to insert another voice note, this time alluding to a mistake that's been made that you need to go back and amend. Another spelling error here, just to go back to whenever you get a moment. Again, insert, and this voice note will be inserted again like the first one in the comments section. We'll just go back, revisit the voice notes that we left. I think it would be an idea worth revisiting if I was to include more information into the introduction here as to why I liked this particular Netflix show so much before then getting in to the final plot. So now that I've had a chance to go back, revisit the voice note, and now make the necessary amendments, I can resolve the comment at this stage and start adding in my ideas as to why I thought this show was so fantastic before then getting into the final plot. That's the details of our customer care team at TextHelp. Please feel free to reach out and ask any questions you wish at any stage. We'll be more than happy to help you out.